What if I told you that right now, at this very moment, you're carrying around invisible baggage that's weighing you down more than you realize? What if I said that by simply letting go of 7 specific things, you could transform the rest of your life into the most vibrant, fulfilling chapter you've ever experienced? If you're over 50, what I'm about to share with you isn't just advice. It's a roadmap to reclaiming the woman you were always meant to be. I want you to imagine for a moment that you're standing at the edge of a beautiful garden. This garden represents the rest of your life, and it's more stunning than anything you've ever seen. The flowers are in full bloom, the pathways are inviting, and there's a sense of peace and possibility that takes your breath away. But here's the thing, you're standing at the entrance with your arms full of heavy rocks. These rocks represent the things we're going to talk about today, and they're preventing you from fully entering this garden, from fully embracing this next magnificent phase of your life. The first rock you need to throw away immediately is the need to please everyone around you. Oh, sweet woman, how many decades have you spent contorting yourself into impossible shapes, trying to be everything to everyone? How many times have you said yes when your heart screamed no? How many dreams have you deferred because someone else's comfort mattered more than your own authentic voice? Let me tell you about Margaret, a beautiful soul I once knew who spent 72 years of her life being the perfect daughter, the perfect wife, the perfect mother, the perfect employee. She never raised her voice, never disagreed, never put herself first. When she turned 73, something remarkable happened. Her husband passed away, and while grief consumed her, something else emerged from the darkness. For the first time in her life, she didn't have anyone to please but herself. At first, this terrified her. She didn't even know who she was beneath all those layers of people-pleasing. But then Margaret did something extraordinary. She started saying no. She said no to hosting family gatherings that exhausted her. She said no to volunteering for committees that drained her energy. She said no to maintaining friendships that were one-sided. And with each no, she discovered something magical. She was creating space for yes. Yes to painting classes she'd always dreamed of taking. Yes to traveling to places that called to her soul. Yes to friendships with people who actually saw and valued the real Margaret. The truth is, after 50, you've earned the right to disappoint people. You've spent enough years being accommodating, flexible, and selfless. The people who truly love you will respect your boundaries. The people who don't aren't your people anyway. The second thing you must throw away is the belief that your best days are behind you. This lie is perhaps the most destructive poison our culture feeds women over 50. Society wants you to believe that you're entering a phase of decline, that you should be grateful for what you've had and quietly fade into the background. What absolute nonsense! Your 50s, 60s, 70s, and beyond aren't the epilogue of your story. They're potentially the most powerful chapters yet to be written. You have something now that you didn't have in your 20s, 30s, or 40s. Wisdom combined with freedom. Your children are likely grown. Your career pressures may be different. You understand yourself in ways you never did before. You know what matters and what doesn't. You've survived challenges that would have broken your younger self. You are not diminishing, you are refining. Consider Julia Child, who didn't publish her first cookbook until she was 50. Think about Laura Ingalls Wilder, who didn't publish her first Little House book until she was 65. Grandma Moses didn't start her famous painting career until she was 78. These weren't women settling for less. These were women just getting started. Your dreams don't have expiration dates. That business idea you've been nurturing? Start it. That degree you always wanted to pursue? Enroll. That creative passion you've suppressed for decades? Unleash it. Your future self is counting on your present self to be brave. The third thing to discard immediately is the toxic habit of comparing yourself to other women. Oh, how this comparison trap has stolen joy from so many beautiful souls. You look at her seemingly perfect life on social media and feel inadequate. You see her achievements and minimize your own. You notice her figure, her home, her relationships, and find yourself lacking. But here's what you're not seeing. You're comparing your behind-the-scenes reality with someone else's highlight reel. You're comparing your chapter 20 with someone else's chapter 5. You're forgetting that every woman over 50 has fought battles you know nothing about. Every woman has scars, struggles, and stories of survival that aren't visible on the surface. Your journey is uniquely yours. Your timeline is perfect for you. Your accomplishments, however big or small they might seem, are valid and valuable. The woman who married her high school sweetheart and raised 4 children has a story just as meaningful as the woman who traveled the world and built a business empire. The woman who overcame addiction has a victory just as profound as the woman who climbed corporate ladders. Stop measuring your worth against someone else's measuring stick. Start celebrating the extraordinary resilience that got you to this moment. Start honoring the choices you've made, the love you've given, the challenges you've overcome. The 4th burden you must release is the weight of past mistakes and regrets. How much mental and emotional energy are you spending on things you cannot change? How many present moments are you missing because you're still living in scenes from years or decades ago? You made decisions with the information, maturity, and circumstances you had at the time. Some of those decisions led to wonderful outcomes. Others led to painful lessons. All of them led to who you are today. And who you are today is remarkable. That relationship that ended badly? It taught you what you wouldn't tolerate again. That career path that didn't work out? It led you to skills and experiences you wouldn't have otherwise. That time you weren't the mother you wished you could be? Your children still love you, and you did the best you could with what you had. Forgiveness, especially self-forgiveness, isn't about condoning past behavior or pretending pain didn't happen. It's about refusing to let yesterday's storms prevent today's sunshine. It's about understanding that carrying regret is like carrying a backpack full of rocks. It serves no purpose except to make the journey harder. What would your life look like if you woke up tomorrow and decided that you were completely forgiven for every mistake, every harsh word, every time you fell short of your own expectations? What energy would be freed up? What joy would be available? The 5th thing to throw away immediately is the need to have your life completely figured out. Somehow, our culture has convinced us that by 50, we should have all the answers, that uncertainty is a sign of failure rather than a sign of growth and possibility. The truth is, life is meant to be a continuous journey of discovery. You're allowed to change your mind. You're allowed to want different things than you wanted 10 years ago. You're allowed to explore new interests, develop new dreams, and head in entirely new directions. Maybe you've always been the responsible one, the planner, the one who had it all mapped out. But what if this next phase of life is about embracing a little beautiful uncertainty? What if not knowing exactly what comes next is actually the doorway to adventures you never could have planned? Some of the most fulfilled women over 50 I've encountered are those who gave themselves permission to be beginners again, to try things they might fail at, to be curious rather than certain. They took art classes not knowing if they had talent. They started new careers not knowing if they'd succeed. They moved to new places not knowing if they'd fit in. They said yes to opportunities that scared them and no to paths that no longer served them. Your life doesn't need to be a finished masterpiece. It can be a beautiful work in progress, with new colors being added all the time. The 6th thing you must discard is the belief that you're not worthy of love exactly as you are right now. After 50, your body has changed. Your face shows lines that weren't there before. Your energy levels might be different. You might feel like you're not the woman you once were physically. But here's what I need you to understand with every fiber of your being. You are not less lovable because you're not 25. You're not less deserving of affection because your body has lived and loved and experienced life. You're not less worthy of romance, friendship, or admiration because you've accumulated years. The love you deserve isn't contingent on your dress size, your wrinkle count, or your ability to compete with women half your age. The love you deserve recognizes your depth, your wisdom, your capacity for genuine connection that only comes with having truly lived. If you're in a relationship, you deserve a partner who sees your beauty in all its evolved forms. If you're single, you deserve to know that you're complete exactly as you are. And any future love should enhance your already full life, not complete an incomplete one. Most importantly, you deserve your own love. You deserve to look in the mirror and see a woman who has survived, thrived, loved, lost, learned, and continued moving forward. You deserve to treat yourself with the same kindness you'd show your dearest friend. The 7th and final thing you must throw away immediately is the fear of what other people think about your choices. This fear has probably influenced more of your decisions than you'd like to admit. How many times have you chosen the safe path because you were worried about judgment? How many dreams have you deferred because of what neighbors, family members, or society might say? The beautiful truth about being over 50 is that you've lived long enough to realize that most people are too busy worrying about their own lives to spend much time judging yours. And the people who do have time to judge your choices probably aren't living very fulfilling lives themselves. What would you do if you knew that no one's opinion could hurt you? What chances would you take? What authentic version of yourself would you allow to shine? What adventures would you embark on? What truths would you speak? What joy would you claim? The women who inspire us most are those who decided at some point to live authentically, regardless of the opinions of others. They're the ones who started new careers at 60, who traveled alone in their 70s, who fell in love again in their 80s, who spoke their minds, followed their hearts, and refused to shrink themselves to make others comfortable. Now I want you to imagine that garden again, the one that represents the rest of your life. You've just thrown away those 7 heavy rocks. The need to please everyone, the belief that your best days are behind you, the habit of comparison, the weight of regret, the need to have everything figured out, the belief that you're not worthy of love as you are, and the fear of others' opinions. Feel how much lighter you are. Feel how much easier it is to breathe. Notice how the garden looks even more beautiful now that you're not carrying that heavy load. This is what awaits you when you choose to let go of what no longer serves you. The path ahead isn't just about age, it's about wisdom. It's not just about time passing, it's about time being used intentionally. It's not about settling for less, it's about knowing what more actually means to you. You are standing at the threshold of what could be the most authentic, joyful, and fulfilling chapter of your entire life. The woman you're becoming has been waiting patiently for you to clear away the debris so she can fully emerge. She's wise, she's brave, she's unapologetically herself, and she's absolutely magnificent. The choice is yours. You can keep carrying those rocks, or you can set them down and step fully into the beautiful garden of your remaining years. You can keep living by rules that never served you, or you can write new ones that honor who you really are. You can keep playing small, or you can finally take up the space you were always meant to occupy in this world. Your life after 50 isn't about what you're leaving behind, it's about what you're finally brave enough to embrace. And that, my dear woman, is everything. Your journey doesn't end here, beautiful soul. Tonight, as you lay your head on your pillow, I want you to feel the weight that's been lifted from your shoulders. Tomorrow morning when you wake up, you'll be a woman who has chosen freedom over fear, authenticity over approval, and hope over resignation. The world needs the magnificent woman you're becoming. Your story is still being written, and the most beautiful chapters are yet to come. Trust in your own worth, embrace your own power, and remember that every sunrise is a gift, and every day is a chance to live as the extraordinary woman you were always meant to be. I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 7 things resonated most deeply with your heart? What are you ready to throw away so you can step into the beautiful garden of your future? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and if this message touched your soul, please consider subscribing to our channel for more uplifting content designed specifically for the wise, wonderful women in our community. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. Your presence here means the world to me.